John, Peter Bellini, marketing.
Oh, how you doing, Pete? Come on in. It's Jane.
Hi, Jay. Oh, I just love Monmouth County. I came down here from North Jersey 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And
Where in North Jersey?
I lived up in Teaneck.
Okay.
And Bergen County was nice, but this is actually where I grew up before I went to school.
Oh, okay, nice. So
I
you
lived
came
in
back.
the opposite end of the county.
Okay.
So coming back was not a reach, really. I just wound up settling in western Monmouth
Okay.
instead of eastern Monmouth.
Yeah, I grew up in Middlesex County, but I
Uh-huh.
wanted to get closer to the shore, so.
Yeah, it's excellent. It really is. It's the best mix. Or being able to raise the kids and being close to the ocean, the mountains, New York, Philly. I mean, it's just great. Who's
Absolutely.
the Yankee fan?
Oh, that's the wife.
Good move, Jim. I noticed there's a boat out there too. I do a little fishing. I pretend I'm good at it. How about you?
Well, I think everybody pretends to be good at it. You know, sometimes you get lucky. I like to go out there sometimes on the weekends. It's relaxing. You know, throw the pole in the water and crack a beer.
I understand. I saw the pictures in the curio there of your kids.
Yeah, they're my heart and soul. Love those kids. They're great kids. My daughter's 10. My son's 13. So if I could pause time right now, I definitely would.
Yeah, because high school's coming.
Yeah. Unfortunately, faster than I'd like.
Right.
But
right. Absolutely.
So what's this all about anyway?
It's about the union sending out a letter to the members on benefits that they're entitled to.
Okay.
Is this the first time you've sent back a card?
Yeah, I've got it a bunch of times, but this is the first time I mailed it back.
Okay. Let's start at the beginning, and I'll tell you what it's all about.
Sure.
All right. The members who responded to the card are entitled to benefits if they qualify for them. My job is simple, really.
Okay.
It is to explain and give you the information on the no-cost benefits you're entitled to, and also additional benefits you may qualify for.
All right.
I'm going to play a quick video that will explain the relationship between my company and the Teamsters.
Okay.
And why the Teamsters decided to do business with my company.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the video.
Your union has entered into an agreement with our company, American Income
Turn it
Life,
down, Scotch.
Yeah.
to provide valuable benefits to its members.
There we go. Go a little higher.
All the way up to the president and CEO. Everything
That's
is
good.
done under the union, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
I pay my dues monthly too.
We have operated
Gotta do
in the
it.
spirit of be union, by union. Wherever and whenever there is an opportunity to further the cause of labor, we are the first in line.
I want to thank American Income Life for the role that you play as part of the labor family and as a union label provider of protection. Quite frankly, for all the things that you do to support John Sweeney and Linda Chavez Thompson and myself and America's working family, I can tell you something. We're stronger and the country's better off because of what you've done to help us. And I can't convey that enough.
Nice endorsement.
On behalf of 13.5 million Americans who are part of the labor movement, and on behalf of 40 million Americans in union households, make our lives better.
We are an international company with thousands of representatives. When selecting an insurance company, customers want a company they can depend upon to pay claims. We have earned the A+ superior rating for overall financial strength from AM Best Company, one of the country's oldest and most respected insurance ratings companies. Your representative will show you the valuable offers and benefits made available to you by your union. At AIL,
now that you've heard a little bit about why the Teamsters are doing business with my company, I thought I'd play a quick video just to explain a little bit about our culture. But I'll let the video explain better.
Giving back is our core philosophy. From the home office to our field representatives around the world, helping others is at the foundation of our company. One of the ways we give back to the communities we work in is by providing food to families in need. In fact, your representative will ask you to donate a canned food item today for our local food bank. Falling closer to the heart program of charitable giving was founded in 2012 as an added way to give back to the communities where we live, work, and visit. We partner with local organizations and help by making financial donations. Participating in hands-on volunteer projects whenever possible. Other ways we give back to the communities where we live and work include providing low-cost benefits that help working people in areas of need in their everyday lives, and offering no-cost individual or family needs analysis, which assists families in the prevention of potential economic disasters. With this philosophy, we are also proud to support by providing a rewarding opportunity to those living with a disability.
After graduate school, a close friend of mine that was working with American Life suggested that I interview with the company. After having a chance to learn about the company, I fell in love with its mission and its culture of serving people. I've been with the company for 10 years now. I love the fact that I have the opportunity to operate as if I'm owning my own business and at the same time have the support of a large international company. I would absolutely recommend that anybody share this opportunity with close friends and family members who can change their lives as it changed mine.
You probably know someone who is unemployed, underemployed, or dissatisfied with their current job. We're looking for self-motivated, career-minded people who love making a difference and helping others. We know that is looking for a long-term career opportunity or just desires a better life for themselves and their family.
Jane had put on a pot of coffee. How do you take your coffee? You like sugar? Or
Black's good.
just straight black? There you go.
Thanks very much, John. Thank you, Jane.
No problem. Anything we can do.
What I wanted to say is we believe that in order to work in a community, you have to be consistently giving back to the community.
Okay.
One of the ways that we do that is by offering opportunities to people who are looking for a career change, a new career,
Okay.
or even first employment.
Sure.
Let me have the name and number of somebody you'd like to sponsor for that opportunity. We'll give them a call and set them up for an interview.
All right. I know my brother John, or Johnny, was looking for work. He might be interested.
All right. That's great. Anyone else?
No, I believe that would be it.
Okay.
Next.
Before I forget,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I asked you to help us with the food bank that we maintain in our Edison headquarters.
Okay.
This is, I think, just indicative of our culture. We maintain a food bank.
Okay.
You can call me, no questions asked, and I will deliver. In order for me to have that, I'm going to ask if you have 1 can of a non-perishable food item. And
Okay.
I'll
I'm
take
sure
that
we have something.
I'll take that from you now because I know if I leave it till the end, I'll be
Oh.
down the block and then
Okay.
I'll remember.
Yeah, no problem. She'll grab me something real quick out of the kitchen.
Okay, that's great.
Here you go.
Thanks, Jane. I appreciate that.
All we can do to help.
Well, the first benefit that I want to talk to you about is your no-cost AD&D benefit.
Okay.
This is provided to you by the union as a way of saying thanks for being a member in good standing.
Okay.
I'll let the video explain.
Sure.
We see the headlines every day. Drunk driver kills wife and mother. accidental shooting proves fatal.
It's terrible.
TV
Yeah,
accident costs
unbelievable.
life. Just the thought of an accident taking the life of a loved one is very troubling. It's also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone.
I still can't believe that every 4 minutes.
People seek medical attention for
Is it me?
accidental
Does that seem like
You want
It's
to
a lot.
protect your family
so crazy?
and financially. We have partnered with your organization and are happy to be here today to deliver this no-cost ADA benefit. At this time, your agent will record your beneficiary information and provide your no-cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate of coverage. We recommend that you keep this in a safe place with your other important papers so it may be easily found in an emergency.
Okay.
Now, what I'd like to do when we fill this out right now is I'd like to get an additional 2 to 4 contacts from each one of you, besides the primary beneficiary that you'll get, so that in case of an emergency, we can contact them. Can I get them from you now? You can write them on the back, or we can add them in.
I'll write them down for you.
All right, sounds
How
good.
many did you need?
At least 2.
Okay.
4 would be good.
All right, cool. Okay.
The next benefit I'd like to tell you about is going to be very important, especially for you guys, because it involves our child safety kits.
Okay.
These are a very important way to protect our children.
Sure.
You've had that feeling. You took your eyes off your child for just a moment to answer a phone, and you couldn't find them. Your stomach sank. Your heart nearly stopped. You began to panic. But when you turned around, there they were, running back to you, safe.
Jane, my kids are 21 and 14, and this doesn't change. It was the same when they were, with 6 and newborn.
Yeah.
It's the same now.
80% of abducted children are killed within the first 24 hours. How do you give authorities all they need to know to find your child without losing precious time? Do you know your child's height? Do you have a current photo of your child? Can you provide fingerprints for your child? Your answer to these questions may be yes, but is this critical information in one easy-to-find location? To give your child every chance to be
That's
found
the
as
gotcha.
early as possible,
One
we're
spot.
giving you a
To have all the
no-cost
information.
child safe kit
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
each child in your home. This is our way of serving families in the community. Our Child Safe Kit is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations, the American Federation of School Administrators, and the American Federation of Teachers. Our Child Safe Kit is a convenient way to comprehensive information about your child, so authorities can help find your child quickly, such as your child's name, birth date, and address, blood type, medications, and allergies, your name and contact information, physical description, including any birthmarks or other identifying features that will help authorities identify your child quicker, DNA sample. The Child Safe Kit also comes with an inking strip, so you can fingerprint your child and find them quickly, and a place to attach your child's photo. We recommend updating your child's photo every 6 to 12 months. Your representative will give you a Child Safe Kit for every child in your household. We recommend that you complete the Child Safe Kit after your representative leaves today and keep it in a safe and convenient location that you can access quickly. It could literally save the life of your child.
The child safety kits should go everywhere that you go with the children.
Okay.
Please don't fill them out. Take the time to put it together and then put them in the closet or put them in a drawer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you go to Six Flags, if you go to the beach, if you go on vacation, Jane, you have to take these with you. Okay? There are some aspects to this that are kind of neat. And one of them is that you get a chance by adding the photographs. The kids are still young. You add them every 6 months. At the end of 20 years, you have a nice little keepsake.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
want you to put each photo on top of the other one.
Okay.
Okay?
Makes sense.
Thank God they're 10 and 13, because with the young children, sometimes this becomes an art supply.
Okay. Yeah, that would be bad.
So when you peel this off and you put their fingerprints on, just place them firmly on that, because if you roll it, you might smudge it. And if you don't clean it after they use it, you might have a new decorative motif
My son would make a mess with that. Absolutely.
on your wall. I'm going to leave 2 of these for you today.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Now, are there any additional referrals of people that you would like us to have as emergency contacts for your children? Maybe neighbors that you trust, relatives, anything like that?
No, I'm good for now.
Okay. The next video I'm going to play is the Medfax and Memorial Guide. These are 2 vitally important documents. The Medfax is a single place to put all of the most important medical information, doctors, prescriptions, things like that. Your Memorial Guide is where you might put your preferences and wishes for your final expenses.
Okay.
It happens all too often. A man, home alone, suddenly gripped with chest pain, dials 911 for urgent help. Do you or your family members have a way to inform medical professionals of critical health and medical information if you're unable to communicate? If the unthinkable happens due to an accident or illness, does your family know your final wishes for funeral and burial arrangements? Do they know where to find important financial information, like your will or your life insurance policy, to help cover the final expenses? If you served in the military, would they know your service record for your eulogy? As our way of saying thank you for your time today, we'd like to give you a no-cost Medfax kit and Memorial Guide. The Medfax kit is a helpful medical guide that can potentially save your life or the life of a loved one when you're unable to communicate important medical information. The Medfax kit contains your recorded health information, such as your name and address, emergency contact information, preferred physician and hospital, medical conditions, insurance information, and current medications. The Memorial Guide enables you to keep all of your final wishes and important information your loved ones will need during a stressful time. When completed, this valuable guide will help provide comfort to your family. Your representative will leave a Medfax kit and Memorial Guide with you. We recommend you complete the Medfax kit and Memorial Guide after your representative leaves today.
You know, even though you're not on the road anymore,
Yeah.
and Jane, the way you have to take care of things and make sure everything is organized in the house, just like my wife does, I think the Medfax Guide, the Memorial Guide and the Medfax kit are 2 super, super important documents.
Yeah.
Anybody in particular you'd like to tell me about that could be an additional contact for these?
No.
Okay.
Due to the value, overwhelming need, and positive response for these no-cost benefits, American Income Life is allowing you the privilege to sponsor friends, family, co-workers, and neighbors to receive similar benefits at no cost. Most families are eager to share these valuable benefits. Who would you like to sponsor first?
We obviously want to extend the no-cost benefits and additional benefits if they qualify to your family and friends.
Okay.
Okay. In order to do that, I'm going to need your help. Okay, so first I'd like to get the names of some of the people that you probably wish were here right now, so you wouldn't have to try to explain this all.
Okay. Brother, sister,
Okay.
okay, my cousin.
Who's next?
I said my brother. Did you get my sister?
Yes.
And my cousin.
And what are their cell phone numbers?
Okay, love it.
Okay. Please help your family and friends to take advantage of this. Okay, but I am going to need your help. It's easier to text them, if it's easier to text them, so that they know I'm going to be calling them. I can
Okay.
give you a text message, or we can call a couple of them now before I leave. What would you prefer?
I'll let them know.
Since birth, you have spent each day
The members who responded to the card are all seen separately because each of them has a different need and a different want.
Okay.
What we discussed and what I cover with you will be different from the person I saw before you and be different from the member that I saw after you.
Okay.
This video will explain different types of insurance.
prepared for the future. Each milestone is the result of hard work and planning. But have you prepared financially for the inevitable? The top 5 causes of death in America are heart disease, cancer, stroke, chronic lower respiratory diseases, and accidents, unintentional injuries.
I didn't know that,
Life changes.
that last one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Are you prepared? Life insurance can help take care of your family financially, so they won't be burdened with outstanding expenses when you die. But many of us don't understand how life insurance works, the types of life insurance, or how our needs change as our lives change. First, let's look at how life insurance works. Life insurance pays a specific benefit amount upon your death. You choose the benefit amount that is right for your family based on your needs. The top 2 reasons people purchase life insurance are to pay for final expenses and to help cover the loss of income in the event of an unexpected death. People also purchase life insurance for mortgage protection, so their family won't lose their home due to a breadwinner's loss of income. Additionally, many people purchase life insurance in the event they die. They help ensure their children can pay for their education. It's guaranteed that everyone will die. The only unknown is when. Will your family be able to maintain their standard of living and achieve the dreams you share? The next step is for our
Life insurance is for the living.
analysis to help make sure you're prepared.
Okay, now that I've explained a little bit about the types of life insurance, let's talk a little bit more, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and we'll talk a little bit about designing a plan that is appropriate for you.
Okay.
Okay, is this correct? Okay, Jane?
Yep.
And Jane, when were you born?
Her birthday is February 16th of 86. Don't hit me, I got it right? Yeah.
Okay, and your oldest?
His name is Gavin.
Right. Gavin is
January
birthday?
31st of 06.
And your little girl?
Jocelyn. It's Joselin.
Okay, and her birthday?
Is May 21st of 09.
Okay. I'm gonna ask some questions.
Okay.
Any internal cancers, breast, colon, pancreatic, uterine?
Nope.
Any insulin or diabetes?
No.
Cardiovascular, heart attack, stroke, peripheral vascular disease?
Nope.
Currently using oxygen? I don't think so.
No. Nope.
Any terminal illnesses,
Not
Alzheimer's?
Not that we're aware of.
Have you ever used any form of tobacco in the last 12 months?
No.
Okay. Jane?
No, neither one of us.
Okay. Are you currently on probation or parole?
Only at home.
Gotta ask.
Yeah.
Good answer. Arrested or convicted of a DUI?
No, never.
I'm going to ask some questions now. The needs analysis program is going to be designing a program to provide insurance for your family based on 5% of your take-home pay.
Okay.
Okay? By using $5 out of every 100 from your take-home pay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to affect your lifestyle in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Exactly. So that's my commitment to you.
Okay.
Jane, that's my commitment to you both, that I'm going to keep this at under 5% of your take-home pay.
Fair enough.
So let's start with the first one. John, what's your take-home?
My monthly take-home is about $3,000.
Jane?
Hers is about the same.
How much life insurance do you currently have through work?
I have $100,000. She's covered under mine for $50,000.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any life insurance outside work?
No. We thought about it a couple times, but never got it.
Okay. Do you currently rent or own?
Oh,
Great. And what's your mortgage balance? Guesstimate?
about $150,000.
You happen to know your interest rate?
4%-ish.
Okay. And how many years you have remaining?
15.
Do you have insurance on that to pay off the mortgage in case anything happens?
No, I know we have our PMI, but
Okay. Well, that's to protect the bank more than it's to protect you.
yeah.
How much have you saved for Gavin and Jocelyn's college education?
Not enough.
Any guesstimate at all?
Nothing. Just
Okay.
nothing really.
And we are asked to kind of poll the folks that we sit down with. Do you do your banking at a traditional bank or to a credit union?
A regular bank.
Regular bank?
Yep. Wells Fargo.
You have a checking
Yes.
account with them? first benefit I'm going to speak to you about. This is the breakdown of the summary of the different types of insurance that would be appropriate for you individually, for the Jane individually, and the family together.
Sure.
Okay? But before we get into that, it's very important we have a mandatory read-off letter. I can tell you simply what this says is that I'm going to explain things to you. You're going to give me a simple yes or no. After you understand it, ask me any questions that you want. When you're done, we'll continue from there.
Okay.
Let's talk about final expense protection, which absolutely nobody wants to talk about. But it's one thing that's very, very important.
Okay.
I'll let this explain better. This benefit has an immediate payout in the cause of your death, in the case of your death.
Okay.
The warmth of family is one of the most beautiful and valued things in life. For this reason, saying goodbye to a loved one can be difficult, and even more so when we are not prepared. The emotional distress adds to the financial burden. It can be devastating to lose the family savings or even the family inheritance. The average cost of a funeral continues to rise, and these expenses can be higher depending on where.
Have either one of you had to go through this ordeal with a loved one?
No.
It's mind-blowing.
Live. Keep in mind that funeral and cemetery expenses increase each year due to inflation and other economic factors. At 4% a year for the next 20 years, the cost of a funeral will have risen above $30,000.
That's crazy.
Expenses become even
It's
more
expensive.
overwhelming.
Think about
Consider that Social
20 years
Security
ago.
only pays a
The number wasn't
$255
15,000.
down payment, and that's if you qualify. That still leaves all of the expenses for your family.
That Social Security death benefit wasn't a typo.
That's
$255 if you qualify.
Isn't it? That's why it is important to anticipate for future events with preparation. Otherwise, who would be responsible for those unforeseen and sometimes escalating expenses that no one is ready for? We all want our last goodbye to bring comfort and a loving memory of us in the hearts of our loved ones. However, these good feelings can be diminished when we do not have coverage for final expenses, and a burden is presented that could mean thousands and thousands of dollars. For this situation, American Income Life recommends our whole life policy along with the Freedom of Choice certificate. The process is simple and can be used to cover your final expenses up to the face value of your policy. Your beneficiary takes the certificate to the chosen funeral home, agrees to the service details, and writes the total amount on the back, signs it, and hands the certificate to the funeral home director. When the service is needed, the funeral home director calls the number on the certificate to speak directly to a claims representative. Payment is made directly from our company to the funeral home, and the remainder, if any, is paid to the beneficiary in a lump sum check. The decision is simple, and your family deserves it. Obtain final expense coverage, which allows you to have the Freedom of Choice certificate. That way, you will help avoid many problems for your loved ones. Today, you can enjoy the tranquility of knowing in that inevitable moment, there will be peace. If you're giving them the best today, prepare for tomorrow. Leave them only beautiful memories. Love is shown with action.
It's all about providing a legacy and not a burden.
Makes sense.
You shouldn't have to do a GoFundMe page or have your family go into debt scrambling to pay the funeral. Even if you have insurance. Our program is unique in that it does an immediate payout.
Okay.
What you're looking at here is the recommended coverage, adjusted for inflation at 4% a year for both you, John, and you, Jane. You currently don't have $30,000 put aside, do you?
No, definitely not.
Understood. What would happen if your income in your prime working years was taken away from the family?
Jeez, I don't know. It's something we never really thought about. Like, I have no idea what we would do. I mean, I don't know what she would do. I wouldn't be here, so.
Right. How about what would you do if she wasn't here? Jane's contributing.
Probably move out with my mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we wanna increase the protection
Okay.
for that. Let me show you how we do that.
Your paycheck is the economic heartbeat of your family. It pays your rent, utilities, car payment, medical insurance, groceries, incidentals, leisure.
Those incidentals.
Most families take this for granted until it stops. It is an economic heart attack. AIL's income protection program, funded by term insurance, keeps your income flowing, which keeps economic life in the family. Our recommendation is that you provide up to 5 years of income replacement to take care of your family after you're gone.
Seems like a long time, but that's a normal recovery period. Some people never recover
I
emotionally,
can't even imagine.
but you have to have something in place that takes care of helping the family maintain its standard of living.
Which would give your spouse and loved ones time to adjust to their loss, both emotionally and financially. If you died tomorrow, wouldn't you want your loved ones to know that you are thinking of them today?
Let's take a look at the coverage that we're talking about. By the way, this means renewable and convertible. Okay? 5 years since you both take home $3,000 a month, that represents $180,000
Okay.
in net income. Your existing coverage is going to take care of $100,000 for you, John, $50,000 for you, Jane, respectively, but there's still a gap. One of the things we're going to be talking about today is filling those gaps. So, John, we're going to give you coverage to replace the $80,000 that's not covered.
Okay.
And Jane, we're going to give you $130,000 to replace what's not covered. Now let's talk about mortgage protection. I'll let the video explain.
Okay.
Everyone dreams of owning their own home. The purchase of your house is the single largest investment your family will ever make. But a house is more than just an investment, isn't it? It's your home, where your memories are, where your family feels safe.
Can you see why these are important?
Yeah.
Why are they important to you, John?
I mean, it's important to have a home. And it's where my kids are. It's where everybody lives.
How about protecting your income?
Yeah, I think that's important.
Okay.
chosen to raise your children. It's the centerpiece for your family's life. A place where your family can grow strong and create new and loving memories. But we don't know how long we will be able to share those moments. Unfortunately, everything can change in the blink of an eye. Imagine what would happen if you were no longer here to provide economic support for your family. No longer able to cover expenses, like your mortgage. Would they have to move to a smaller home or to a less desirable area? Would your children have to change schools? The grief of losing a family member is always tough. How much more difficult would it be for your family to have to change their entire lifestyle? That's why it is important to be prepared. Don't you think it makes sense to protect your family today?
Jane, does that benefit make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see why? Why does that benefit make sense?
God forbid anything were to happen to us, at least we'd still have a home.
Preparation. I don't know how I would think, but I'd like to know that I was prepared. Now, right now, the recommended coverage for the 15 years remaining on your mortgage is $150,000. You don't have that. You need it, and we're going to provide it for you.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Now let's talk about your child's education.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let the video explain.
As parents, you hope to see your children go to college. You know the difference a college degree could make in your children's future earning potential. But if you die and your income was no longer there to help your children with their future education, how would they afford to go to college? Your unexpected death could mean your children won't be able to afford a college education. They could miss out on this opportunity and a lifetime of extra earnings. Have you considered how expensive your child's college education will be? The total average cost of
Yes.
college education continues
Too
to
much.
rise.
Right.
No matter if your child plans to attend a 2-year college, a 4-year university, or obtain a postgraduate degree. If the price of sending a child to college increased at its current rate annually for the next 10 years, the cost of a college education could seem out of reach.
$110,000 question.
There. And what will it cost your children and their children? Each generation of their family can't afford to earn a college degree. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, $1.5 million over their lifetime of earnings. What would it be worth to you to give your child $1.5 million of earning potential?
Incredible amount of opportunity, right?
There is.
You can easily see the true value of your child's education in total lifetime earnings. Even in tough economic times, the rate of unemployment for individuals with a bachelor's degree or higher is about half the rate of unemployment for those with only a high school diploma. You can make plans now to ensure your child can afford to attend college if you aren't there to help pay for it. Don't let them miss out on the opportunity for a lifetime of extra earnings to provide for their families.
So, John and Jane, to recap, we've taken care of your final expenses. We've taken care of your final expenses. We've protected your income for 5 years in the event anything happens to either one of you.
Okay.
We've provided coverage for your mortgage so that you're in place in your home where you've raised your kids to this point.
Okay.
And we've also taken care of putting a good amount of money aside for their education in college.
Okay.
Can you see how this makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as you step through it, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. So to recap, we've taken care of your final expenses. We've taken care of your income. We've taken care of your mortgage. We've assured your children's college education as well. So, John and Mary, I only have a couple of questions to ask you.
Okay.
Do you understand your coverage?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about your coverage?
No. No. Everything made sense.
Jane, how about you?
No.
Okay. If you have any questions, I'm here right now, and I can answer them for you.
Okay.
So I really only have one more question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Option A or option B? Option A is your final expenses adjusted for inflation. Everything else remains the same. Your income is protected, your mortgage is covered, and the kids' education. Now, when we look at this, which option do you want? Option A is the final expenses adjusted for inflation, and option B is partial.
Down. Continue. No. Up to the bottom. Continue. No. Up. You just had it right there. Continue. No. Right below that. Go down to the bottom and continue. Yeah, there you go.
This amount is option A.
Uh-huh. And how much is option B?
Option B is $306.24.
Is that option A or is that option B? This is option.
Oh, this is I'm sorry. This is option. This is option A.
Okay. So option A is the. What's the option A?
306.
Okay, and how much was the option B?
268.80, but we round up, so that would be 269.
Okay. And that's a little bit too much for us right now. I think we need to just think about it, to be honest with you.
I understand how you feel. Many of our customers, many of the people that I've sat with have felt the same way, but let me tell you what we've found. Nobody thinks about life insurance until you're actually sitting and meeting with a professional like myself. You didn't think about it before I came into the house, and you're probably not going to be thinking about it after. So let's take a look. There is flexibility that you have here. If we change the option for a partial inflation, that drops this down to $290
Okay.
a month. Now, we can also change this to 3 years, and that'll have a positive effect on it as well. Is this more in line with your budget?
Would the 242.18?
Yeah, would 242 make more sense for you
I mean,
at this point?
it's better than the other one, but it's still a little bit too much.
Well, what we can do is we can leave the income protection for 3 years, but we can change
Non-inflation.
Now we've dropped it down to 220.
Okay. What did you do to drop it down?
I changed the protection on Jane
Okay.
and you to $15,000. So there's no inflation built
Okay.
into the final expense.
Right.
And we changed the term for the we changed the period of time that your income would be protected
Okay.
from 5 years to 3 years.
Okay.
And brought that down literally almost $78 a
Okay.
month,
Yeah, I mean,
which is almost $1,000 a year.
that makes more sense. We'll go with that one.
Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to just fill out some of the basic aspects of the form we can put in. We've covered the final expense, the mortgage protection, and the income protection, and the kids' education. So we're going to go forward with this today.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you need from me?
Good choice. We need your driver's license, your doctor's name, address, and phone number, any medications that you both are taking, and the children, and your checkbook.
Okay.